Welcome back, everybody, to the Nerdcore Live Show. It is Sunday night, and you know what that means. This is your Season 1, Episode 4 review of Dune Prophecy. As always, is the Nerd Chicano here to host the show. Alongside my wonderful co-host, Brad Young Yoda.
What's up, everybody? We're on a wonderful Sunday. Sunday.
Yeah, it's Dune Sunday, man. And, of course, we're here to discuss the 4th episode of Dune Prophecy. But before we can get into any of that, Brad, how are you doing today?
Doing all right, Roll. Doing all right. So,
Yeah,
we bottled wine this weekend.
a lot of wine.
About
Not just wine, Brad. You bottled a lot of wine.
25 bottles of wine. So,
Yeah.
Quickly pair wine.
Yeah.
That we started in October. So, it was about a 2-month process.
So, what is, you know what, Brad? You know what I just fucking noticed? Guess whose episode? The episode didn't go up. Guess what episode didn't go up?
Which one?
Yeah, the one that we were supposed to have fucking up.
You know, a little late, but better late than never.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to edit that literally after we're done here. God, fucking.
We do a lot of episodes.
I know. It's just like this shit. I shouldn't be forgetting about this stuff. Like it's like, yeah.
Well, you try to do a lot of things at once. So.
Well, yeah. It's like, and it's not even hard edits. Yeah. I would be fucking understanding if like I had to do all these fucking crazy things that we have to do on these edits. Well, no. I literally cut 2 times, insert what's it called? Insert an ad break, make sure that the channels are correct on the audio, fit it to the screen, export it. It's not that hard.
Yeah, but when you're trying to do 3 other things.
Yeah. But Brad, other than that, you know, what else? What have you been up to? Anything? Have you been able to check out Marvel Rivals?
I've not looked at Marvel Rivals.
I've been playing it these last couple of days with Migs.
Mm-hmm.
This is really fun. It's basically Marvel Overwatch in third person.
Interesting. So can you play like all the Marvel heroes and villains? Is that?
They have a selection of them right now, but they're going to be adding more. I tend to play right now as either Bucky or Star-Lord. Okay. And you have a lot of people, like you have Captain America, Iron Man, Spider-Man, Punisher, Namor, Black Panther, and like the list goes on and on.
I mean, can I play as Rocket Raccoon?
Yes, you can play as Rocket Raccoon. Okay. Rocket Raccoon's actually a healer, Brad. But,
so he's a healer. That's a weird.
Yeah.
Kind of a weird kind of. Although I would just make everyone cry with my backstory. That's what I would do as Rocket Raccoon.
Dune Prophecy or who Raul follows on Instagram this evening. Wait, this isn't part of the streamer awards as well. No, it's not. No. No. Yeah. I was streaming last night, Brad. I was watching the streamer awards with Keon.
Okay.
And you know, there's a lot of streamers that I didn't know about, and you know, some of them were very beautiful.
I mean, I haven't really followed streamers. I know about Kai.
Yeah.
And like I know about Ludwig, and I
don't know about Ludwig. Brad knows about Ludwig. I don't know
about
who
Ludwig. You know, Ludwig's been around for a long time though. I mean, and you know, I watched during like Sugar Pine 7, that era, which was 6-7 years ago now, I think.
Yeah.
But I haven't really been keeping up. Like I know about Speed. Speed kind of annoys me. I like Kai a bit better.
Yeah.
Kai's funny. I give it to Kai.
I mean, yeah. I was watching. I was like, it's something to do, and I was like, I kind of will give you all the stream. But my plan was that I was gonna watch the awards, and then I was gonna play Marvel Rivals after on stream. Mm-hmm. But that award show did not end until like fucking 11.
Cool.
Here, I was like, dude, you gotta be kidding me. I was like, no, like, I'm not doing that.
We were smoking a turkey last night. We made I bought Brenda a bread maker, so she made some bread. That shit turned out really good.
I started watching a bit of The Big Sleep, so about like I want to say almost halfway done with that.
Yeah, I finished that today. That was excellent.
Yeah.
But I did watch Dune Part 2. I actually did watch that.
Let me Oh wait, I'm gonna look it up on another browser. Because I don't want to fucking crash my fucking thing. But I need to see this. Hold on. When did Dune Part 2 drop?
Yeah, he's checking to see how long it took me to watch that fucking movie.
Yeah, when did it drop on Max? It was like around like June, I want to say.
No.
Yeah. So Brad, it's safe to say that you started the process of catching up on movies.
Yeah. I mean, I was sitting at home. It was late. We had done something, and I'm like, I'm just gonna, roll's not on, because I was expecting you to be like, hey, I'm gonna play Black Ops 6, and that never happened because you went to the movies, and so I just started Dune Part 2. I'm like, well, now it seems like a perfect time to freaking watch this thing.
Yeah. Okay, it's not telling me when it dropped on Max on IMDb, but it's safe to say that it happened somewhere in the summer.
Yeah.
So
I would guess.
Brad has had all this time to watch Dune Part 2, which, Brad asked me like, hey, like, is this got anything to do with the new show that we're gonna watch? I'm like, nope. And he's like, okay, not even that told Brad I should probably watch this movie. Brad, do you even remember anything that happened in Dune Part 1?
I remember some stuff. Like I remember, fucking naked Oscar Isaac up in there. Yeah, I remember that.
Well, yeah, not a lot of people are gonna forget that.
No, not a lot of people gonna forget that. I remember like some good parts of that. I remember them having to flee, and Dune Part 2 though got a lot more information. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
So without giving us where it lies within your ranking of the year, give me some small non-spoiler thoughts on Dune Part 2, Brad, which, by the way, dropped on HBO, on Max on May 21st, 2024.
Yeah. Better late than never.
Yeah, but some thoughts, Brad.
Beautiful movie, as always. Denis never disappoints on the cinematography. I like the story. I imagine Part 3 is going to be wild, based on Part 2. I like the Harkonnens in this, the bits and pieces we get. Story overall, I really enjoy. It's probably up there in my rankings, because I'm trying to remember what 2024 movies we've watched. I'd have to go back and look at a list, but I would say this one's probably pretty high.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot, and there's still a lot that you should probably watch, Brad.
And I think the pacing was great. I never felt like this movie like sucked.
Yeah.
I mean, and Dune, the book, is like that fucking big, so you'd think you'd have some pacing issue, but no, I mean, if this is as good as the first one, it's probably better.
Yeah. You didn't watch Madam Web, did you?
No, I did not watch Madam Web.
You didn't watch Civil War. You didn't watch Godzilla X Kong. You watched Deadpool and Wolverine.
I did watch that. I would say Dune 2 better than Deadpool versus Wolverine. Though Deadpool versus Wolverine.
Well, you got a lot to catch up on, Brad, because there's so much that came out, and I think like the new Yorgos movie, The Kinds of Kindness. You have Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, fucking Alien Romulus, Furiosa, Challengers. I mean, there's a lot of stuff. Thankfully, you have access to all these things, so you're gonna be fine. But yeah, dude. Well, I'm glad you finally got to it. I'll be really interested to hear where it lies in your ranking when we get to that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it is a long movie. You probably started in June and it took a while. Yeah. Austin Butler's Elvis impression really just takes you out of the Dune film. Yeah.
Thank you, Stacy. Thank you. Timothée Chalamet's God damn it. What's the new movies coming out? The Dylan movie.
Oh, Complete Unknown?
Yeah. So Timothée Chalamet's Bob Dylan was also there.
In there, yeah. You ready for that to get nominated, but him not to get nominated for Paul?
Oh, yeah, you know it's gonna happen.
Yeah. They're not gonna put it for Paul, but they're
not gonna give it for Dune Part 2, but they'll give it for a Bob Dylan biopic.
For Bob Dylan, yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It's like, it happens they love their biopics. They love their music biopics.
Yeah.
But yeah, Brad. I mean, other than that, nothing else you've caught up on?
No. Other than those, what I needed to watch for Monday, and then Dune Part 2, I watched yesterday. Not really.
Well, Brad, you should definitely watch The Wild Robot. I think that should be the next one you watch. To me, I think it's the best animated film of the year.
Did he freeze or did I freeze? Okay.
I'm right here, Brad. You should watch The Wild Robot, Brad. That's the best animated film of the year so far. And I think it's fucking fantastic. But there's a lot that you can watch. There's a lot for you to catch up on. Brad? All right. I think Brad froze. Or Madam Webb, you like Pepsi, right? Stacy, can you still hear me and see me? I think Brad was what's it called? No, it's Brad. Yeah, it's Brad. Yeah. I have no idea what the fuck just happened. But we'll go ahead and just continue with this. Stacy, you think okay. I see and hear you, Brad could use some defrosting. Let me reply to Brad. Stacy, you watch anything this so far this week? Anything you've caught up on? All right, man. I'm trying to figure it out here if he's gonna come back. Yeah, but so yeah, I can't believe that Brad took that long to fucking watch Doom Part 2, and knowing that he has, it was on Max and he can watch it, didn't do it, man. It really sucks that he couldn't be on the review because yeah. But yeah, man. I don't know what's going on with Brad. Yeah. I'm guys, I don't do this by myself, so I don't know how the hell I'm gonna keep going here, but I'm gonna try my damn hardest because I'm waiting to see if Brad's gonna be able to come back on or not. But yeah. Any movies you've watched this week, Daisy? Just catching up on the last season of Star Trek, the Lower Decks. Very good so far. Oh, that's like that's right. They did another show, right? Because they had Picard and they had all those, right? This is one of those new ones, right? It's got to be one of the new ones. Yeah. Oh man. Where's Brad? There he is. Damn it, Brad. I thought you were done for.
I mean, I thought so too. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe we should get
I was just telling you you should watch what's it called, The Wild Robot, because I think that's the best animated film of the year.
Okay.
Yeah. It's an animated show, just 5 seasons. Definitely for the fans kind of show. Okay. All right. Yeah, I just asked Stacy what his favorite what he's been watching so far right now, and he said that he's been watching Star Trek: The Lower Decks.
Ooh.
The Lower Decks.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, I thought it was one of those new shows like Picard that they just did. Mm-hmm. It turns out, yeah, it's like 5 seasons animated. But
that's kind of cool.
With that said, Brad, let's go ahead and get into this thing. Okay. So if you have not watched this week's episode of Dune Prophecy, you should probably get out of here if you care about spoilers. But if you don't care about spoilers or you've already seen the episode, go ahead and stay. This is your one and only spoiler warning, and it is in effect after these words from our sponsors in a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Today's episode of the Nerdcore Live Show is brought to you by SeatGeek. Whether you want to see your favorite band, sports team, or comedian, SeatGeek has you covered. We're proud to be partnering with SeatGeek to offer you $10 off with code TheNerdCore. That's $10 off your first order at SeatGeek.com with code THENERDCORPS. So take a seat at your next live event with SeatGeek. Thank you. Now let's get back to today's video. All right, man. Brad, let's go ahead and get into this. Okay. Season 1, Episode 4, Twice Born. After nearly all the acolytes have the same nightmare, Tula attempts to understand the origins of their disturbing dreams. Meanwhile, on the eve of the Great Landsrad meeting, Valia sets her plan in motion to redeem House Harkonnen. Inez confronts her father about rumors surrounding Desmond, and Kieran conspires to advance a rebel attack that the Sisterhood must try to thwart. And this episode has no directing, writing credits on IMDb yet, but it does stars Travis Fimmel, Emily Watson, Jodie May, Olivia Williams, Sarah Sophie Busnia, Mark Strong, Chris Mason, Josh Huston, Shalom Broom Franklin, Jade Anuka, Iofi Hines, Taboo, and Lucy Russell, and a lot of other people. Brad, were you able to find something for me?
On what?
No, I was like, I thought when you were typing, you were looking up the credits.
No. I was just looking up cast, so I would know names.
Yeah. I can't seem to find anything here. Because it's not updated on IMDb just yet. So, Brad, I'd say, I think this was my favorite episode of the season so far. I think this was a massive improvement over where we've been in the last 3 episodes, which is also a problem because it takes you the second half of the season for you to really start to pick shit up, which is like, damn, it's like that's kind of a problem. If this was a 10 episode season, I'd be like, okay,
6 episodes.
Yeah. If this was a 10 episode or a 12 episode season, I'd be like, oh, okay, you know what? This is a little bit more redeemable, but like, holy shit, it took you this fucking long? Like, but that was a good episode. I really was really interested in how they played Valia in this episode, and how she was really trying to play the strings, man, and she really tried to manipulate so that way she could, put her house in a better position, and she ends up in that, like, not exactly the way she wanted it to be done.
No,
but this time it does it in a way where the the attention isn't on the Harkonnens, but it's on the Carinos for conspiring. I mean, not conspiring, for like, airing the grievance against themselves in a way.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought it was a good episode. Brad, what are your initial thoughts?
I agree with you. I think this is the best episode of the season. It started out to me just kind of like a regular, what I felt for the 3 other episodes. But I think Desmond Hart is the most fascinating character on this show.
Yeah.
He really is. And so when we get to that I do you call it a court scene? Do you call it like the
high council scene?
The high council scene, bringing your shit to the Emperor. To me, that was the best part of this episode.
Oh yeah,
mostly because Desmond Hart went in there and fucking shut shit down.
Yep.
But I do love the political nature of it, because you have sister, or Mother Superior.
Yeah, Reverend Mother. Yeah,
trying to, like, she managed to get her way back in there by going back to the Harkonnens and being like, I'll be your counsel. And, the Harkonnens being like, cool. That's a pretty high step up there from having no counsel before to having, Mother Superior.
Yeah.
So pretty smart on her part. But she wasn't expecting, Desmond there to stop what she had already known was going to happen. There was going to be like a coup of some sort, of like them using the machines to kill the Emperor, or try to kill the Emperor.
Yeah. So then there's, the whole plot that's being formed right now. Like, there seem to be wanting to, the Sisterhood is not in a good position. They really want to oust the Sisterhood. And it's no longer just Desmond. It's, what's it called? The Atreides boy.
Yeah, Atreides is against them. And then you got your own shit that's going inside the Sisterhood's house. You got like all of those recruits just having these nightmares. Because these machines to bring back dead people.
So Brad, look, with Desmond, I wouldn't say I have a theory, but I have an assumption. And I think that assumption is that he uses the spice, right? Like has some sort of power from the spice.
There is some sort of power because he died.
Yeah.
He was eaten by the worm and then he came back. So there is something to do with spice with that.
And I'm glad you finally I'm glad you finally watched Dune Part 2, because I'll go ahead and bring this up here. Highly doubt that it's the water of life, because Paul is the only person, the only male who has ever drank and survived, or consumed in some way, survived the water of life. Yeah. So I you can rule that one out, but I was like, is this guy, like, does he have powers from the spice, or did he die and the spice brought him back to life, or like what the fuck is going on here?
I mean, I don't know. They don't really explain it all too well, but we do know Desmond died.
Mm-hmm.
That's clear. And then he survived or came back in some way with these powers.
Yeah.
And he can see as clearly as the sisters can.
And the sisters, the dream, what they drew, it was all black and 2 blue balls.
Well, eyes.
Which to me, that's the spice. Like,
or whatever god is in the spice, you could say.
Yeah. Because to me, it's like that to me is reminding me of, like, when you ingest too much spice, your eyes turn blue. Your eyeballs turn blue.
I didn't really see them as blue. I thought they were just like eyes. I didn't really see the blue.
I saw them as blue, Brad.
Well, the paper was blue, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But but it's very interesting stuff that's going on here. And then, of course, I mean, one of the biggest reveals is that Lila is back.
Lila is back, born of spice. And so now you have 2 characters here where the prophecy could be, born twice, one from spice.
Mm-hmm.
So now you have 2 characters here who could bring on whatever prediction they're saying. But after watching Dune Part 2, how much credence are we to put into these prophecies?
Yeah.
It's more to control people. I mean, basically all religion in a way.
Yeah. It's for the zealots, Brad.
Yeah, for the zealots.
Yeah. But yeah, and it's so she's back, and she also just fucking realized, like, what the fuck, where am I? Like, what's all this technology? Which she's probably gonna be like, hey, I thought we were supposed to be done with this stuff. Like, why is this all here?
Yeah, which begs the question, does she keep that secret? And then you had Tula having the dream that she was found out, and then she killed the person who found out,
which was what's her name, wasn't Inez, right? It was no, because Inez is the one from the Carinos. One of the sisters, it's what's it called? Theodosia. No, it's Emmeline, right?
Yeah, Emmeline. That's right.
Yeah, Emmeline. Yeah. And I was like, holy crap, bro. I thought she was gonna I thought it was like, oh shit, like that's gonna happen. I'm like, no. Spice, funkin' spice of the House of Starbucks.
You keep that up, Stacey. We're gonna put that on a shirt.
Yeah, bro. Yep, 100%.
But my big thing is the reveal of Theo being like the face bender or whatever the hell. Which makes me question a lot of the shapeshifter. She's the shapeshifter of some form. She was able to turn male there. So that brings up a lot of questions in itself of like, well, who has she been shapeshifting as?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, was Harrow Harkonnen, was that really Harrow Harkonnen? Or was that her? Because I don't know.
Who knows?
It brings up a lot of questions now.
Yeah. It's like the whole, what's it called, scrolls in Secret Invasion, where they say that, what's it called, it's in Civil War, like Roddy's not been Roddy.
Yeah, which brings up that's a whole different slew of questions on that.
Yeah.
But this, like, I think it was Harrow Harkonnen there. I don't think that was Theo playing as Harrow Harkonnen necessarily. But now we have in the past, and now moving on in the future of this show, Who could she be? She could be anyone. She literally brought back the dead brother to hug, Valia.
Yeah. Yeah. But dude, I mean, it's just it's crazy. And I thought that they did a pretty damn good job. They really felt like the pacing was right here. It was really right, and I thought they did a great job with that. Um, I think we're moving into some ground where I'm like really like hooked into this now. Where I'm like, okay, I want to know what's going on now. I want to know about what happened to Desmond. And now that she has the blood, she can actually see like what the fuck happened with this guy.
Yeah, the
Like
DNA.
where this guy comes from, what his lineage is, and everything.
But my feeling is this dude's gonna be a regular, normal guy.
I feel too.
From a poor house who's not special in any fucking way. That's the feeling I get. Is like this dude was not special in any way. He just survived the sandworm.
Yeah, I think that's the case too. And he just ingested a fuck ton of spice.
Yeah.
Because if he got saved by the sandworm, or the sandworm ate him and he came out, then fucking he must have ingested a fuck ton of spice.
Yeah, and then he just had this loyalty to the Imperium that he's following through. I don't think the DNA fucking matters. I don't think it's going to show us anything. I think it's be like, dude was a regular fucking dude from a regular fucking family, and just, he is what he is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is kind of the opposite of Lila, who comes from a very renowned family of the Sisterhood.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, what's it called? One of them, like, we'll see who's really the one who's born of spice and who's really the, the special one in that case, right?
Born of Spice, twice as nice. Powerpuff Girls, I don't know. But that's my feeling with Desmond is he was a guy who survived.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think so too, Brad. I think he's like somebody who survived and just got a lot of shit ton of spice into his system.
I mean, because they said like dude made 12 tours. Dude probably just like, I ain't fucking dying on this planet on the 12th tour. I refuse.
Yep. Yep. And yeah, man, I think so too. And the other sister, she brought up Shai Hulud as well, and she said, what did she say, Brad? She said like that could be effects of what Shai Hulud or something like that.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. It's not coming to me though. But
yeah, because I noticed she brought it, but that she's the one who's like kind of like she really didn't want Tula to keep going with that. She was like really telling her like back off already. Like these girls do not need to be doing all this.
Yeah, I mean, Tula was pushing them probably a little harder than they should have been.
Yeah,
because she couldn't stop it. Whatever, like she said, they couldn't stop until the fear impacted them.
Yeah, or do you think that the thing was? Do you think that the vision was of Lila coming back?
I don't know. I mean, there was a lot of the vision, at least from what we're seeing multiple times, with the sandworm, with the machine inside of it.
Yeah.
And it was the two machine, like the lights, which could have been the eyes. So it might be the machines that are the fear.
I guess.
We'll see. We'll get 2 more episodes to see. I'm kind of wondering what happens to the Atreides bloodline now, because he didn't die.
No,
not yet.
He didn't. No, he didn't die.
No, he didn't die from machine use. I mean, it sounds like the rebel thing is kind of like kibosh, like done.
Yeah, it looks like that got fucking squashed real quick.
Yeah, I got squashed real quick by Desmond, which, I think that would have been found out anyway. But now we got an Atreides who's might survive to the end.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he kind of has to, because the Atreides are still present.
Yeah, the Atreides are still prevalent by Dune Part 1 and Part 2. So
yeah. So they're
still there.
Spoiler alert! Yeah, the bloodline doesn't get killed.
10,000 years, Atreides is still a thing.
Yeah, but I thought it was a good episode, Brad. I thought that this was definitely setting us in the right direction, and definitely the best episode of the season so far. I am super interested to see where we go from here, and it just sucks that it happens literally into the second half of the season. But we'll see if they can stick the landing with this. I'm going to go ahead and give this about like an 8 out of 10, Brad. It was like an 8.25 out of 10. I thought it was a really good episode, and I had a lot of fun with it, and I was very interested in what we were doing in this episode. Brad, what's your final verdict?
I think the council scene really saved this episode and put it above the rest. So
Yeah.
that's where I'm with it. Like you said, I think that takes into a better direction. I think Desmond Hart is the most significant part of the series so far because he is still a mystery. But again, I think this is the best episode of the season so far, and I'm going to agree. 8 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, man. With that being said, that concludes our review of season 1, episode 4 of Dune Prophecy. And Brad, I keep saying season 1, but I really do think the way that we're heading here, Brad, I think we have set up ground for a second season here, right?
I don't think they can complete this in one 6-season episode, unless everyone just dies, like a Game of Thrones kind of.
Because I mean, this is literally covering the first book of a trilogy.
Yeah, I feel like this is going to have, but I hope they do more than 6 episodes in the next seasons. I hope they up it to like, I mean, at least 8 to 10, like at least like a 10 season or 10 episode season is probably very necessary for the size of these books.
Yeah, because this is ridiculous, man. Like this, like you can't be doing 6 seasons,
but,
6 episodes with this.
Well, there's so much backstory you need for a lot of these characters. It's, I mean, we're on the 4th episode, and we're kind of getting to like some meat, some like really good territory, but it took 4 episodes.
Yeah. So yeah, it looks like this is So it says they place 10,000 years prior. It draws upon, but it's set after the great schools of Dune. So this is so it's supposed to be after just after these 3 books. So yeah, I mean, I guess there is still a little more, but yeah, this is because then it would be Duke of Caledon. Yeah, the next book should be Duke of Caledon, the Lady of Caledon, and the Hair of Caledon. So I don't know, man. I would like to see what they could do with more of this material. I would hope that it's not just one episode or one season. I think they could keep going. But
I mean, I think the story's good enough there, and I think you have a lot of people kind of clamoring for more Dune stuff, more Dune story with, you know, the success of the 2 movies. And then a 3rd movie coming out that, I think there's a way to bridge the gap until the 3rd movie comes out.
Yeah. I mean, it's something to keep us fed until then, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. But with that said, that concludes our review. And thank you as always for keeping up to date with us. Make sure you keep up to date with us on thenerdcore.com. Well, good thing it's in steady hands of HBO. They won't rush seasons or cancel completed productions. Absolutely not.
Never. Stacey.
When have they ever fucking done that?
Never heard of that.
Never, ever.
Ever. Not HBO.
No, never. HBO would never do that.
Never like Deadwood, where they just fucking like
Batgirl. No, they never do.
Just fucking cut the whole fucking series.
Yeah.
Never.
So keep up to date with us on nerdcore.com, Instagram, Letterboxd, and TikTok at the Nerdcore, Patreon.com/nerdcore. And Discord link is in our description below, where you can discuss with us Dune, Prophecy, and anything Dune with us in there. In the comments below, tell us what you think about this episode. What do you think about Dune Part 2? Are you happy that Brad finally watched that film? Because I sure fucking am. Jeez. But Brad does need to catch up on some more stuff, because I fear that he might not even have the top 10 list at this point.
Yeah.
So it's time to play catch up. There's only so much time. But make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell so you don't miss another episode that drops on the channel. If you're listening to us on your favorite podcast app of choice, make sure that you leave a 5-star review and you follow us on your favorite podcast app of choice. Of course, we would also like to thank our wonderful patrons. Without them, it's not possible. And without you guys, we're just not doing this at the level that we are. So we thank you guys so much. I want to say Wednesday is when we're going to be able to record. We're going to be a little bit messed up this week because I'm watching the re-release of Interstellar tomorrow on IMAX. So would like to be able to see that and get that done. But that means I'm not going to be able to record at the time that I want, because that movie's like almost 3 fucking hours. So by the time I'm home, Brad's going to be dead asleep.
Probably.
Dead asleep.
Yep.
Yeah, but we'll be able to do it. And then Tuesday I work because I switch shifts, which I knew I was going to go watch Interstellar, but I wouldn't have done that.
It is what it is.
Yeah. So with that said, Brad, we will see them on Wednesday on Patreon, and then Thursday live for everybody else for our next review of our Howard Hawks month. But without further ado, Brad, let's go ahead and get them out of here.
All right, Raul. Thank you, being host as always. Thank you to Stacey for once again joining us in chat. Thank you to our listeners out there, our Patreon supporters. We appreciate each and every one of you. I apologize for my internet issues. So I hope you enjoyed having fun seeing me as Daenerys here. And to end this episode, Spice is life. Young Yoda out.